Assuming the following things. You are a baseball or softball instructor or team coach who does at least some in-person lessons at the moment, also assuming that you've already done all the brand work that we've recommended earlier. Here's one type of content marketing strategy that is relatively simple, but that will likely work wonders for your personal brand. This strategy will work for both absolute beginners and for those who already have an audience but have so far posted things haphazardly without a professional plan in place. It will require an openness to learning a couple of new things, but I can promise that this exact strategy has worked for solo entrepreneurs with no additional help needed. Every individual software tool and generic tactic mentioned in this blueprint has tons of further resources online to help you learn more. For example, if you need to learn how to really use Canva or a particular teleprompter app, each piece of software that we recommend will have resources all over their website and YouTube. But what's truly important is putting these pieces together and following the blueprint that I'm about to lay out. This content strategy is made up of 15 truly actionable steps for you. These steps fit into 7 categories: research, pre-production, production, post-production, repurposing, engagement, and social proof. The actual steps in a given strategy can change depending on the brand's particular industry or goals, but these same 7 categories are essential to all content marketing endeavors. So let's dive in. 1. Create and optimize at least a Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube profile. We have many other blog posts addressing how to do these very things, of course. 2. While in your weekly in-person lessons, pay close attention to the questions that both your lesson clients and their parents ask you. Take detailed notes on your phone or in an actual notebook. These questions may have to do with the mental game, breaking a bad habit, recruiting, etc. 3. For each good question that you take note of, write up a 100 to 2,000 word answer. Write as if you were actually talking to that particular lesson client or parent. You'll see why actually writing your answer is so important in these later steps. 4. Invest in a wireless lavalier mic system that can be made to work with your phone or tablet. This need not be pricey. Also, get a tripod with a holder for your phone or tablet. Many modern holders can do both. And learn how to use these tools. Luckily, they're pretty straightforward, and we'll give more specific recommendations on these a little bit later in the program. 5. Paste your 100 to 2,000 word answer to the client's question into any of the teleprompter apps that are available in the App Store or Google Play. You can have your pre-written words scrolling on your phone or tablet screen as you read and self-record your videos. 6. Find a quiet place at a park, training facility, or in your home with a reasonably interesting background. It doesn't need to be extravagant in which to film. You should know that the quality of film goes up on most phones or tablets while shooting outside in the daytime. The camera on most phones and tablets needs a lot of light to look particularly good. When you're just starting, buying and learning how to use correctly lighting setups might be a bit much. So many coaches opt for this outdoors during the daytime solution whenever possible. 7. Use the lavalier mic for excellent sound and the tripod for camera stability. Film yourself with the phone or tablet energetically reading your answer to the question from that teleprompter's app. 8. Strive for a clean take straight through your answer. And if you mess up, consider leaving it in for authenticity, but only if this is part of your brand strategy. If you do need to edit, there are a ton of easy-to-use phone and tablet apps where there is little to no learning curve required. For Apple users, I can personally recommend Filmmaker Pro Video Editor. It will allow you to be as creative with your videos as you like, but genuine and straightforward is better for both your time and for most baseball and softball audiences. Before or after filming, make sure to snap a fun picture of yourself. This picture, with you in the same clothes as you filmed in, will be used later when making your thumbnail for this video. 9. Publish the video content. The 100 to 200 word videos may be 1 minute or less, so you can publish them in their entirety on your Facebook page, Instagram feed, and YouTube channel. On YouTube, in the very beginning, try to include your name somewhere at the end of the title. Since YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, doing this helps potential clients find these videos when searching for you and will increase your chances of landing their business. This is only recommended if your brand's name and YouTube channel's name are different from your actual birth name, of course. On YouTube, you must also design a compelling thumbnail that inspires people to click on your video. Consider, firstly, that YouTube's overall site background is white. This means that you want to choose a bright colored background for your thumbnail design. Videos on YouTube with human faces on them tend to perform much better on the platform. So, take a close-up facial or mid-range from the waist up picture of yourself that in some way fits with the theme of your particular video. Next, create your thumbnail with Canva. Canva is the absolute best software for non-designers like most baseball and softball coaches, to do professional looking designs. If you search in Canva, you will see that they have a YouTube thumbnail template to start working with that's already the perfect size that you'll need. Here's how to execute an awesome YouTube thumbnail. Simply choose your brightest brand color for the background. Upload that picture of yourself that we recommended earlier and use Canva's background remover feature on that picture. Then move and size the picture to one side of the background. On the still open side, type a few words related to the topic that's being addressed in your video using something like Canva's League Spartan font. Make these words different from the actual video title that you use on YouTube. Now you have a professional YouTube thumbnail. It's truly that easy. The only difference with the 200 to a few thousand word video answers is that you will publish these as previews on your Instagram feed, and they will ultimately become IGTV videos due to their over 1 minute length. On Facebook and YouTube, there will be no difference in how you publish videos of varying lengths. Make sure to have your video's captions, called video description on YouTube, be as enticing and polished as possible. To guarantee the exact caption spacing that you want on all platforms, cut and paste your written caption into this free line break editor that I'm displaying here, especially before posting anything on Instagram. 10. Do at least one of these polished answer videos per 1 to 2 weeks. 11. We will now be repurposing the written content answers behind these videos. Use Canva again to create at least 2 carousel graphical posts per week. We have a whole article on doing this on our blog, but here's a quick breakdown. Choose the square Instagram post blank template on Canva. It's a 1:1 aspect ratio. This will make sure that you have the right size panels for your carousel. Choose a background color that fits your brand's colors. Create a compelling first cover panel with the title or even the client's original question on it. For the cover, I also highly recommend using a high-quality image of either yourself or a professional baseball or softball player, as long as copyright allows it. Once again, turn to Canva's background remover feature. It makes doing all of this a breeze. Take 2 of the most interesting sentences that you had written down in your answer and break them across 5 to 8 swipeable panels. Keep it simple with just the words and the background. Add 1 more swipeable panel at the very end, your CTA, call to action, that tells viewers to like or comment or directs them to either your website or your Seams Up profile. 12. Engage in the communities that you wish to grow in. Find 2 to 3 Facebook groups related to what you do in baseball or softball. Join these groups and become a real member. Like and leave real answers and comments on posts at least once a day. Also, take notes on the questions from parents that you find posted onto these groups. These parent questions will now become your second source of great content to write and film answers to, along with those that you hear from your lessons and their parents. Besides a great resource of content, being a part of these groups has 2 other major benefits. It keeps you and your brand top of mind for the types of colleagues and parents who have a higher than usual tendency to like and engage with your content and services outside of that given group. The second benefit is that if you are really contributing honestly in a group and then a while down the line you have a huge event or promotion that you're running, you can then share it to the group and its members are very likely to help support you. On Instagram, like at least 30 posts and comment on at least 10 posts related to baseball and softball per day. This keeps the algorithm happy, which directly affects your growth on the platform. Also, commenting on others' posts in the same industry is a great way to get found and followed by their audience. Moreover, it's a way to begin forming true partnerships. 13. This step can entail one of 2 different tactics. The tactic you choose to fulfill this step will depend on your brand and what type of content fits it best. You may even be able to alternate between these tactics, though it's recommended to get a good foothold on one of them first. Curate and post 1 popular video or image that's circulating in the baseball and softball online world to your Instagram per day. But in the caption, give your take on the video or image using your brand's unique voice. This curation brings easy engagement because you already know that this content is resonating in our community. Post an MLB, NPF, pro, or collegiate player performing an action. If you're a hitting coach, this action will be hitting. If you're a pitching coach, pitching, etc. You want to do this once per day on Instagram. You can simply post the video footage itself, or you can post it in slow motion, or you can post a video of yourself using something like Seams Up's full analysis suite to draw on and comment upon that footage. Regardless of how you post the footage, you will want to provide a technical breakdown of what's happening in the footage itself. You can do this within the video using Seams Up's picture-in-picture coach's face window. Otherwise, you would do so in written form in the post caption. This breakdown can either focus on one key aspect of the movement or be a complete overview of the pattern itself. These breakdowns allow you to further establish your technical expertise among the community and among potential clients, while also opening up room for debate, which will help grow your social media engagement. 14. 1 to 2 times per week on Instagram, post clips of yourself working with your clients either online or in person, with their parents' permission, of course. A clip of a client succeeding in a game or a comparison of where they were in the beginning to how much they've progressed with you can also be used to fulfill this necessary social proof each and every week. 15. Once you have garnered enough of an Instagram following, that following itself will become your third source of great content ideas. Instagram has all sorts of wonderful native tools and tactics that allow creators to poll their audience and conduct Ask Me Anythings in both your stories and in your main feed. Once you have all three of these content idea generators working, you will be hard-pressed to ever run out of ideas to give your personal brand's take on. 16. If you followed steps 1 through 15 diligently for around 20 weeks or so, you should hopefully have begun seeing some tangible results. After these 20 weeks, it can be assumed that you have a minimum of 20 written answers and 20 video answers. Firstly, take a moment to congratulate yourself because that is a lot of wonderful content. The next steps in your content journey are really up to you, but they should involve repurposing all of that content that you've created so far into something even bigger. Here's a couple of options. You can turn those 20 plus written answers into a book or PDF that you either sell online or give away for free to your thankful audience, further gaining trust. And B, you can turn your 20 plus videos into 1 or 2 online courses that you sell on Seams Up or elsewhere online. 17. Repeat steps 1 through 15 over and over until you find the success that you've earned in the baseball and softball industry. After the first 1 to 2 cycles of these 15 steps, you may want to begin reaching out to be a guest on as many industry podcasts as you can. Also, each time cycling through these steps, try to increase incrementally the quality and production value of your content. Eventually, things like professional lighting, using a DSLR camera, subtitling your Facebook and Instagram posted videos, which is super easy by the way, because with this method, you've already written them out. Opening and end card graphics on your videos or starting your own podcast will begin to make much more sense. Also, you may want to consider going live with this mixture on all 3 platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. For in-person instructors, this can be as simple as obtaining permission from your lesson's parent or guardian to live stream private lessons. You can use that same lav mic for these live streamed in-person lessons in order to ensure that your followers can clearly hear the knowledge that you're dropping each and every day. If you follow all of the weekly steps mentioned, you will be posting content on social media between 5 to 7 times per week, which is plenty to keep you relevant and growing. However, even more importantly, these steps give you a workflow framework that will help you create quality content week in and week out. Keep in mind, this is just one example of a fully fleshed out content strategy for coaches wanting to increase their private lesson clients and grow their personal brand in the current year. Yes, these things change regularly. This is not to say that Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok can't be used to grow and succeed in our industry. They can and have been used effectively by other coaches. For example, if your goal is to land a coaching job at the collegiate or MLB, minor league, or NPF levels, LinkedIn and Twitter are going to be worth a substantial amount of your energy in posting and networking. A proper content strategy must take into account your specific goals, along with your time and money constraints to be truly effective. But this, I can assure you, is a great start.